Hello everybody, I am the Solo Gamer, and welcome back to Civilization Beyond Earth, the Rising Tide expansion pack, the first 250 turns of the game. Now, as I say that, I have some, well, good news, technically. It is good news, and it's also a little bit of bad news. So this series will be ending rather shortly, actually, because the game, Rising Tide, is coming out in, I think, a day or 2 days, or something like that. And you guys are going to get to buy it for yourselves after, you know, if you've enjoyed the content so far, and you like what you see in this new expansion pack, then definitely I urge you guys to go ahead and purchase the expansion pack, because it definitely brings out Beyond Earth and makes it its own game. I just returned from Baltimore, which was where Firaxicon was, and I'm now back after a weekend or so of, of not recording. So I'm back in Beyond Earth. We're going to play, I think. So here's what we're going to do. So we're obviously not going to go up to turn 250. The main reason being because the version of the game that I'm playing is not the current build of Rising Tide, and the game that's going to be released in a couple days is not going to be the same game that I'm playing right now, as I stated. So, once that's out, I think my build copy will be pulled from Steam, which means that I won't be able to continue the game. And the reason why I don't want to pick it up in the other Rising Tide, version, is because things might change that change the balancing of the game, and fixes a bunch of bugs, which is great, but I'm not sure if compatibility will be an issue, and I don't really want to test that by giving you guys a bad experience. So if there is something that gets screwy, I don't want you guys to think it's the full game. So I will be stopping this after, let's say, 3 episodes. The last 3 episodes, this will take us to a day after release, and then we're going to end it and probably start a new one, actually. I want to play as the North Sea Alliance. They actually are a really interesting sponsor that I want to play around with, so yeah, so we're going to go ahead and do 3 more episodes. Hopefully we'll get some things done in that time, and then we'll end it, and you guys can make judgments based on what you've seen so far, and decide if you want to purchase the game or not, which is, entirely up to you. Like I said, in my experience here, Beyond Earth was not the game I thought it was going to be, and in turn, I really didn't like it, but this expansion pack has definitely changed my opinion on the game. And I will be... Oh, hello. And I will be bringing Beyond Earth back. Oh, come on, hang on. I had somebody else. I had you. Okay. Yeah, and I will be bringing the series back into the channel because, like I said, I've fallen back in love with the idea of a space civilization. You know, because Alpha Centauri was a great game before, but when Beyond Earth came out, it kind of felt like it was cheating. You know what I mean? It didn't feel like its own game. And I love the whole Civ-type style. I did have another cutter out here. That's interesting. Alright, come back over here then. Yeah, and I do like the Civ-esque game. It works. It really does work. And why change something if it works? But the thing is that they didn't do it right. They didn't, complete all the features that were in Civilization 5 towards the end of its run. And it just didn't work for me. So now I can finally say that it's definitely getting there, you know? Okay. They are offering us an agreement. So they're going to get, let's see, National Science Foundation. Science costs for branch technologies reduced by 6%. That's okay, that's pretty good. And I get 15 capital per turn. Well, our agreement cost us 9 capital per turn. So now we're kind of suffering. We're at +2 a turn, which isn't really much at all. So he's going to give us 15 a turn with this agreement. I absolutely love that. So let's go ahead and say this looks good to me. Thank you, Vadim. Alright. Goodbye. Let's see here. So that was cool. Yeah, just don't attack anything. Again, the aliens became hostile for no real reason. I didn't actually mention that to, all the developers that were at Firaxicon, but I did bring up the fact that the ultrasonic fence was kind of buggy earlier on, where the sea dragons, or I think they were rippers, whatever they were, that came into our land within 2 tiles, which technically shouldn't have happened with the building. Where is it? Which states, let's see, okay, strongly discourages aliens from approaching or remaining within 2 tiles of the city. There was a major change from Beyond Earth to Rising Tide in that the ultrasonic fence now doesn't bar aliens from coming within 2 tiles, it just strongly discourages it. What's supposed to happen is passive aliens are kind of barred from coming into your territory, but hostile aliens, or even, whatever yellow means. I think there's like 3 stages. There's passive, no, there's 4 stages, sorry, there's allied, passive, whatever this one is, and then, hostile. So yeah, so there are 4 stages, and I think the upper 2 stages, hostile and like I said, the one below that, this yellow stage, can come into your land if they want to and stuff like that, but the passive stage should not. At least that's what I personally think. But he says that in a newer build, it is kind of better, and it does keep aliens out. It's not just a useless fence, which it is right now. So, yeah, okay. Yes, oh, another agreement. Perfect. I did ask some questions at Phyrexicon about, you know, Rising Tide and stuff like that. So, okay. No, wow, she wants the same thing, the National Science Foundation. Now, considering we're currently allied, it's going to give her a bigger boost than it does Vadim. So that, yeah, absolutely. This looks good to me. So now we're making 32 capital per turn. And I'm definitely going to go ahead and use up some of that with an agreement sooner or later once I get enough, well, stored capital. Okay, let's sit you right here and just sleep. That's right, we're transporting this colonist all the way over here. Now, there was a Kraken in the water. I'm not sure if he's still here, but it's kind of risky being out here anyway. So we're going to go ahead and sit you right on this hill, because that's where we wanted to settle our city. And there's a siege worm there. That's perfect. Ah, oh, great. You just stay right there, buddy. Don't move. Oh, who's this? Oh, yes, the Alpha Law Cutters. That's right. Oh, there is a Kraken. Oh, my God. No. Well, that... Holy crap. I forgot how utterly terrifying they are. Why are they mad at me? Oh, gosh. I really don't like that. That's scary. It's so scary. Okay, well, we're gonna keep coming over here. I'm not sure if you'll even make it. Or even if it, you know, even if it's worth it, really, but we're gonna keep pushing for it. Alright, we're not gonna go directly on land before we hit this. We're gonna kind of go around the coastline, because I want this siege room to be clear of my settler. I don't want any conflict. Did you hear that? I guess he heard it. I don't know. I didn't get a response from him because the advisors pulled me away because it was so urgent to make me put this guy on sleep. Alrighty then. Now, he seems to have disappeared, which means that he probably went up this way. Your offensive military activity. Listen, I wrote a book on the economic...
traits you currently...
Yes, thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah, that's just Reginaldo getting a little jealous of my military. That's all. Nothing big. Oh! Hang on. What was that? A Brazilian gunner. Oh, yes, that's right. So, Brasilia and Franco-Iberia are at war. Yeah, they're actually at war with each other, which is kind of interesting. So we'll see what happens. She's sending a combat rover up. The reason why we can see Liqueur right now is because we have a spy sitting in their capital. So, yeah, well, good. Yeah, sure. Now, why is he passive when I have other things that are obviously... Oh! They stopped! They came back down to passive. Now, that's interesting. I didn't know it kind of did that. You know, I didn't know it actually kind of over time it decreased the aggressiveness. I like that a lot. But I'm not sure if they're going to attack me still, because as we've learned from the past episodes, that they still attack you if they're passive, which is kind of interesting. Okay, yeah, you're going to build me a mine on the sea minerals there. Okay, you can just sit here. I know that Kraken is still in the area, but just trust me that you're going to be safe, right? That's you can trust me. It's fine. Okay, you're still coming over. How long is it going to take you? About 15 turns. All right, yeah, get moving. And of course you attack the dang aliens. Knock it off, people. This is why they attacked me, alright? And I don't appreciate that. These poor alien creatures just want to live and thrive, and you're not letting them. Oh, you know what? I don't care about Brasilia right now. They can... I really... I don't care. I don't like them. Alright, let's move up this way. Let's move over here. And then over here. I just want to keep an eye on these siege worm here. And once he moves over here, I'll come onto land, and then we'll settle. Hopefully. Without interruptions. Yeah, I know. You're very curious. You're like a little puppy. Your energy rate, yes. More respect. No, 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 no. Down here.
When you meet a new neighbor, you greet her with heartfelt courtesy. So also will we get to know our new alien neighbors.
Great, so we unlocked Alien Sciences, which gives us a xenofuel plant, a xeno nursery, and the ability to build xenomass wells, which will definitely help us out over in Danye, because we have 3 of them. No, we can't actually grab this one yet, but we can definitely grab these 2. And more siege worms. I didn't want you to go on land, dang it. Stay in the water, kind of. Okay. Oh, and our wolf beetle, which we kind of sacrificed an explorer for, is home. Now, sadly, they can't go in the water because apparently they don't know how to build boats, which is fine. It's understandable. They're only like, they're like beetles. Yeah, they're like wolf beetles. What? That's crazy. No, right. So we have to kind of keep them on land, which kind of sucks on maps like this. The only one that is actually worth leashing on maps like this, of course, are the drones, because they can hover over the water, which is absolutely perfect. Okay, let's see. What are we going to grab now? So it looks like our advisor's telling us to go to geophysics for the tidal turbine. Oh yeah, I think I wanted to do this anyway. Plus it reveals geothermal on the map, which is always great. So we'll get that going. Alright, just sit tight. Just because it says that the siege worm is passive, I don't believe it necessarily. So just kind of wait a minute. We do need the best circumstances here. There we go. Thank you. All right. Hey, don't puff smoke at me. You're the one that went there. Okay. Wolf Beetle, you can just stay here. You have literally nothing to do. Just guard us from the north flank here. In fact, sit on that miasma. Why not? Just sit there. Okay, you're coming down here and build another farm. And then you're all done, essentially. We do have floatstone, but that's not necessarily going to be worth it for us to grab right now. Tech-wise. But we'll see. We're going to go ahead and excavate the, what is this? The colony lander. Alright, you move back, but it's too late. That's right, because I've settled the city of Uimu. What? How are you supposed to say that? Oimu? I don't want to say it. I don't know. I really don't want to say that, because it's obviously going to be wrong, but Oimu. That's the best I could... Yeah, I have no idea. That's great. Okay, and just for a little defense, I know this really doesn't matter, considering I can't really defend against a siege worm. Okay, maybe I can. That's interesting. Could I attack it if it was on land? Go there, and we'll see about that. Because that's rather interesting. Okay, just stay there. Okay, you can sit right in that miasma because it shouldn't hurt you. I say shouldn't, but then again, who knows? Alright, you can go there, and once he moves down again, we'll see if we can attack him. I'm not going to attack him, but I want to see if I can. Okay, perfect. He moved right where I wanted him to. So let's see if we can attack him. We can actually attack him. Perfect. So this is a modern-day submarine. Now, I say modern, even though this is like years into the future. But modern-day submarine, as, you know, it can shoot missiles while on the surface, which is just wonderful. Now, of course, I bet you if I was in the... Well, you can't technically be in the ocean and have an island that... You know, I don't really know. I don't know. All I know is I can attack on land through a submarine, and that's perfect. Just sit there. You too. Colony population. Thank you very much. I'm getting a lot of compliments. We're up to 248 capital. It was only, what, like 3 or 4 turns? That's pretty dang good. Pretty dang good. Everybody loves us. Everybody loves us. My territory size. Wow. I can see you love this land by how much of it you claim. It must be a fervent love. Yes, it's a very fervent love. Wow, alright, well, let's go ahead and grab an agreement. Or maybe, maybe a new trait. What do we have for health? We are at 7 health, that's fine. Diplomacy... I don't even know. Military? City plots are 20% cheaper to purchase with energy. Well, that would be great for us, considering we basically have 2 coastal cities that can't expand unless we buy the tiles or move the city. So that might be good for us. I think I just want to get an agreement. Let's go over to...
Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, Arshia Kishk? Arshia Kishk. I'm going to say that. I don't know if that's exactly the correct pronunciation. Again, I don't try to be the best pronunciator of these words. And for the most part, I make up words. But I try my best, you know? Okay, discuss potential agreements. Yes, yeah, that. Let's see, unhealth from nope, I'm not going to be conquering any cities. Estate tax, 1 energy per each owned plot in your territory. This is amazing, and I think I want this. Capital energy yield increased by 30%, that'd be great too. If I'm going to spend 250 capital and 25 per turn, I will be getting something that's going to be worthwhile to all of my cities, not just one. And the capital's great, because it usually produces a lot more of a certain, you know, yield. But I think I want to do this estate tax because it just seems really, really great. And we're allied, so we will be getting that +1 energy, whereas if we were neutral or cooperating, it'd be much less. So, yes, let's grab this. I don't understand why, but my advisors are against your proposal. But, listen. We're allied. You don't have to listen to your advisors anymore. Okay? This is going to be great in the long run for both of us. You're going to get 25 capital per turn. Take my... Goodbye. Goodbye. That's it. I don't get it. I don't, but you know what? I'm not going to try to. I'm just going to ask later. That's the best I can do. Let's go over here. I still don't trust the aliens, so I'm going to kind of keep my my cruiser in the area. Alright, let's see what's going on over here. Quest decision. Our new water refinery is functioning well beyond our initial projections. Unfortunately, we did not prepare for such an abundance of purified water and find ourselves lacking storage capacity. If the excess water is not diverted immediately, we'll be forced to dump it. Oh my. If we direct the overflow into the city's cisterns, it would raise the overall water quality. On the other hand, our crops could always use more water. A choice will have to be made. Free maintenance for water refineries, or +1 food from water refineries. You know what? The food seems much better in the long run. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Great! Now, we are only making +3 energy per turn, so it might have been great to do the free maintenance, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll be good. Okay, but that's going to do it for this episode. Again, there's only like maybe 2 more episodes left. It depends on how many I actually record tonight, because that's probably going to be the last. So, again, I hope you all enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and definitely stay tuned for more.